Yo, what's poppin'? It's Vedo, baby. Tune into Officially Live. Let's do it.
The station for the students and the show for everyone. Officially Live, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m.
WSTU Radio, the #1 source for digital entertainment in the AUC. You're back, y'all, with your boy Jordan Live.
And it's Jazzy J.
And I'm your girl, Shekayla.
Shekayla.
I'm sorry.
So,
Jazzy, that was a little delay right there, Jazz. You forgot you was coming in?
No, because you know it's always my turn.
Yes, it's always.
You were. It was right. Shekayla be messing it up.
Yeah.
That's true. We got your boy Vedo in the building right
What's
now,
up?
y'all.
What's up?
What's going on, man? We happy to have you in the building.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Blessed
You're
to be
welcome.
here. Yeah.
Man, so what you got going on? Because you got some new music in your feelings, in my feelings.
In my feelings, yeah. Actually, man, I got a lot going on right now. Like I said, I just dropped the EP on the 8th of this month, and it did well. Debuted at number 13 on the R&B charts independently. So doing it myself or whatever, me and my team, and it just hit Billboard this morning. R&B charts.
All right, congratulations. That's good. That's what's up.
Yeah, there's 6 different charts actually on Billboard: R&B, Heat Seekers, independent albums, all that good stuff. So man, it's just been a blessing. I've been writing for a bunch of artists too, so getting that overseas money and trying
they show a lot of love overseas. Overseas is where it's at.
Exactly.
Because it's a lot of people, like a lot of artists, you think they going in the United States, but overseas they show like in a totally different amount of love over there.
See what it is, man? It's just like, and it's kind of sad too, because we just don't support our own, you know, and I think that's what happens with a lot of artists that try to come out and they end up flopping, so to speak, just because everybody wants something free. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go spend that $5 and get your album. They want to wait till you put it on YouTube so they can rip it down. They want to wait till you gonna put it on SoundCloud, all that other stuff like that.
No, I ain't putting it on SoundCloud. I'm putting it on this iTunes.
Exactly. And you
if you love me, go ahead and buy it.
Stream it from Spotify or something.
That's right.
That. People don't even want to do that, and it's crazy, man. Because at the end of the day, we still do it as artists because we actually love the art of it, And overseas, people like really still support. They still buy albums. Like over there, they still sell 2, 3 million, 4 million albums, things like that. So to get a placement over there versus over here, like
that's a big deal.
I take that any day.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Any day.
So you have to tell us, for people who don't know who Vedo is, you have to let us know, how you started off, where you came from. Tell us where you grew up at. Because I know you were on The Voice. Yeah. I didn't know you were on, I just found out recently that you were on The Voice. I'm not a big fan of The Voice neither, so I was like, oh, that's cool, that's cool.
I think, The Voice is actually, like, I start off with what you said. I'm from Benton Harbor, Michigan. All right, Michigan. All right. So I moved here. I was bad, man. I was getting locked up, juvenile all the time.
That was real. You was real bad. I thought you was bad. Not do your homework bad.
I was bad too, though.
I was really real bad.
I hung with people who were much older than me, man, and I had to keep up with them, so they would go out and do these things, and I'd be right there with them. Yeah. And I kind of had to grow out of that, man. My mom, she babied all her boys because she loved us. And I got to a certain age, man, 13, 14 years old, and my mom was like, "Yo, call my dad, come get him. Yeah. I can't take it no more. I can't do it no more. Help. Yeah, I need your help." And I came from that, man. Like, just not to mention, man, like back growing up, we were extremely, without, like, poor. We homeless all the time and no food. I mean, almost probably 90% of my childhood. But I had my family, things like that. I had God. I believed. I kept. And my mom, she instilled in us that you're not gonna have everything that everybody else got, but she let me know that it's gonna make you a better person down the line. It'll make you a better person. So I'm actually thankful for going through that as a child and growing up with no food and nothing. No, kind of like. Just no house to live in, no place to take a shower, to go to school. So that was a blessing as well. I think so. People look at it like, how is that a blessing? But it was. Because
it builds character.
Exactly. And 14 years old, man, I moved to Atlanta with my dad. I tried to do the same thing I was doing up there. And,
he shut that down.
He wasn't having it though, man.
All the way down.
So he put them things on me a few times. And
pause.
It made me, exactly. He put them paws on me. And it made me straighten up, and he started to see the love and the passion that I had for music. So he used that as an ultimatum. He used that, you gonna do right in school, get good grades, and graduate, or there will be no more music. And my dad was the type, like, when he say something, it's just what it is. Ain't no shortcuts, ain't no way around it. That's really what it was. And I from there, started getting all A's, you know, honor roll, 3.6 GPA, all that. So
all right, GPA,
and that's what it taught. That's what it took to get me to that point to actually start to realize how important it was. To actually, you know, get right in school. And shortly after that, man, the voice happened. I auditioned for it, man, and made the show, made it to the finals and things like that. So it was, I mean, just a blessing working with Usher. Still work with him now. So that's just, yeah, man, just a blessing. That's just a little bit of what I got going on. We'll be here all day. Just keep talking
all day.
Yeah, so that's just a little bit.
That's good.
So now tell us about your song in My Feelings.
Right.
what inspired that song, that title?
Because a lot of folks be in their feelings.
Yeah. And I think it's just, and that's what inspired the song. Though. Like, it's a lot of people are always in their feelings, but don't want to admit it.
Right.
Talk to Shekayla, because Shekayla being Shekayla's in her feelings today. So this is about to be her testimony for today.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, I mean, she's just, you know, she's in, you know, this is, I think that's something that we all go through, and I just felt like I wanted to kind of highlight that, because as a man, we look at it as, oh, that's, you know, you whack or you soft or whatever. You don't want to admit that you're in your feelings about a certain person, about a certain chick, because you want to maintain that status of,
I'm a man.
I don't need no chick. I don't need you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's actually a song about me having a girlfriend, breaking up with her. She's moved on, and I see her out with her new dude, and I'm in my feelings about it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all this thing, like I'm trying to make a reminisce. I know you still remember when we used to get drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And do what we do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just about, you know, it's just a record that's just simply about, and I really speak for the people who don't like to admit that. Like, yo, man, you know, man, forget that. Forget her, bro. I ain't worried about it. No, I'm in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what's going on again. What's up? I know you got. I know you got to.
I'm saying I gotta listen to.
You know what I'm saying? I know you got to do, but hey, come on, let's start over one more time.
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time.
Gotta be real.
Gotta be real. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much the inspiration behind it, man. A lot of people are always in their feelings, but don't want to admit it. So I'm gonna admit it.
Yeah.
What's like your favorite? I mean, I know you doing it. You know, like you're writing it. You're the artist. But like, which one would you have to say is your favorite of the ones that are on the billboards? You said.
All of the songs out of the EP, I think my favorite would probably be. Oh man, I don't know. I got how many favorites I get? Just one or two? I mean.
We give you two. We'll let you slide with two
two.
because we know they good. You know.
Okay. I would have to say In My Feelings, because I mean, I actually wrote that song in 2014.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I wrote it then, but it was such a good song that every time I played it, I felt the same exact way about it. And that's when you know you got a good song.
Yeah.
That's when you know what I mean. I felt the same way from when I first wrote it. You know what I mean? So I think the second one would probably be, man.
What about Classic? That's my song.
Yeah, that was a single. That was a single before the EP. And that's crazy. Radio loved that as well. But I think my second one probably would be Touch You, Kiss You, because I got Touch You, Kiss You. You got to check it out. It's a dope record. Touch You. It's called Touch You, Kiss You. So yeah, check it out, man. And those are probably my two favorites. But honestly, all of them, man. All of them tell a different story and they give you a different feel. And that's the beauty of it. They don't sound the same. They give you something different. And I think that's why people are really gravitating towards it. Billboard, iTunes, all that good stuff there. So I think that's what it is.
How do you feel about some of the new music today? Like artists, you got the Rihannas, you got the Drakes, you got the Bryson Tillers, and how do you feel about the state of R&B as a whole today?
Man, I think it definitely ain't what it used to be, but I ain't mad at it. I think that you got people like Bryson and Rihanna. They're not really vocally that I would say, I wouldn't say that. I don't want to say that, but they don't really do all the big singing, the Whitney Houston singing, but what they do, they are great at it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They are great at what they do. And Bryson Tiller is a phenomenal writer. Rihanna is a phenomenal artist and writer, because no matter if she writes the song or not, she conveys it as if she did.
Yeah.
And I think that they keep music alive, man. I think that the state of R&B is slowly coming back, because a lot of artists, and like myself, we're starting to reference a lot of these 90s old classics and things like that. So it's slowly coming back. And even with the sound that I created for State of Mind, is actually a lot of the '90s old bass lines that Jodeci used to use. So you gotta go check it out. It's like it's a different. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's a different sound.
That's for my lady. That's probably my favorite Jodeci song.
Yeah, man. I think it's great, man. I love Bryson's music. I love Rihanna's music, man. I think those are definitely probably some of my favorite artists right now. Cool.
So growing up, like you said you noticed that you were interested in music at a young age. So like, who was your inspiration then?
Like
that's a good one.
Who was my inspiration? I got a lot of inspirations, but I think my big ones would probably be The Temptations. I watched that movie. Let me tell you something.
That's a long movie, boy.
I watched that movie. When I say, I'm not even exaggerating. Thousands of times, like thousands.
I don't know what's long. I don't know what's longer. That one, The Jacksons, or the Titanic.
I can't watch The Jacksons.
Titanic. I love that movie. What's crazy? Like Titanic is one of my favorite movies.
Really?
Yeah,
it really do be in your film.
You watch the movies. You can go grocery shopping, go to the mall, pick you up something, eat, cook you something, come back. It still ain't even in the middle.
Nah, I mean, I think that Titanic is one of my favorite movies, man, because it's a really good love story.
Yeah,
you know? I think it's.
What about The Notebook? You watched
Negative.
Let me.
Why you gonna say negative on Notebook, but then you watch Titanic?
Check the movie though. Check this out. Like the Titanic was. To me, I kind of like watched it a little bit. I think The Notebook was too forced. The Titanic was just kind of like, all right, cool. But the Titanic actually happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what really made me. That's what kind of made me like it even more. Like this is really what happened. All these people died, and then actually the lady that they did the movie around was still living. She just passed not too long ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She was holding on.
Yeah. So she was holding on, and I think that. Yeah. So that's my favorite movie. Back to what you said. Somebody asked the question.
What favorite?
Your inspo. Like
my inspiration. Okay. Yeah. So Temptations. Definitely. Stevie Wonder. Love Stevie.
Yeah.
Stevie got the hits. Stevie got the hits.
Stevie got them hits that's gonna last forever.
Forever.
You know, you're gonna always hear a Stevie Wonder song.
Songs in the Key of Life.
I think exactly, man. I think definitely Usher. Growing up, Usher was one of my idols. Somebody that I idolized.
Can you dance like Usher?
Yeah, I can do some.
You can dance?
Yeah. You gotta check it out. Y'all should have came to the show last night.
You had a show last night?
Yeah, Atlanta, at Center Stage. Crazy.
Oh man,
me
I love
Trevor.
Center Stage.
Ain't nobody told
me and Trevor Jackson. So
really? Why didn't I hear about
nobody
this?
told us?
Because they took away Atlanta Snaps. We don't know nothing that's going on.
That's right. That's true.
And that was crazy though. Like it was packed, man. Like it was. It's on my Instagram too, but you can check it out. Get some clips on my Snapchat too. Vedo the singer plug. But shameless plug. But yeah, so those are my top 3 inspirations, man. Like I said, I have a lot of inspirations. I'm people don't know that I'm actually inspired a lot by independent artists, like artists that aren't huge yet. I'm inspired a lot by them, a lot of times.
Yeah.
That's good.
I got a question. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
What you got to say about that, Shekayla?
I don't have nothing to say.
Y'all are always into these zodiac signs.
I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini. Ooh. I think zodiac signs. Yeah, I think zodiac signs are something that were made up by man. I think
obviously, but they happen to actually help you get to know about a person.
I think you know what. Honestly, I think what zodiac signs. It's just this is my personal preference. I think what they do is they say certain things that are such. Broad, it actually relates to you.
It relates to everybody.
But
you like long walk, you like movies, you like to fall in love. Oh, that is so
I know some crazy.
You know what I'm saying? We all like movies. You know what I'm saying? We all like this and like that. So I think you're attracted to people who are independent and trustworthy.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about psychics.
It's like 99% of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody.
So, not to downplay, but I don't read into that. Period. I'm sorry. Yeah. But, you know, I'm a Pisces.
Hey.
Yeah.
Scorpio, since you calling out, Jazz, what you at?
I'm an Aquarius.
But
I'm not crazy.
Yeah,
they shouldn't
be. Crazy, but I am.
Yeah, see, it's different.
I'm crazy. She just crazy.
See, it's different tiers.
I'm an Aquarius too, though.
It's different tiers of Aquarius.
Get on out of here. So what are you hoping for the future, you know?
Man, for the future, I'm just, I'm
things.
going to say this as humble as I can say it. To be rich, and that's one of the things that I think that will happen. Will happen with the hard work and dedication that I've already been putting in, and the work and dedication that I will put in for the future, man. I just think as an artist, I set out to like become one of those household names, man. Like because every single time that I get in front of people, man, I always touch somebody. You know what I mean? I think that I've always learned that if you touch one person in a room of 10 people, your job is done.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what I set out to do, man, just to be an inspiration. And you know, and once you start doing stuff you love, you know, God will bless you, and eventually you'll be able to make money doing what you love, and that's what's been happening with me. You know, I've been blessed, not having to have a 9 to 5 and just kind of really live off of what I do musically. So it's just been a blessing.
9 to 5 is so boring.
You know, I mean, I look to sell millions of records. I look to really, like you say, really inspire people all over the world, and I just hope that people rock with me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Cause that 9 to 5 ain't no joke.
Yeah.
That 9 to 5 just.
Well, I had a 9 to 5 though. You know, I had a 9 to 5 when I was in high school.
Cubicle Chronicles.
Yeah, we don't want to have to do that. I can't do that. Just,
but you know
what?
what though?
Like you had a pee.
9 to 5 ain't bad though. I don't think they're bad. I think you know, I guess I can say that, but you know, because I haven't really had a job in a minute. But think about it. My mentality is this: everything I have can be gone tomorrow.
Yep.
You better be. I'll be wherever they hire me at. That's where I'm gonna be at. Yes, sir, may I take your order? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Did you find everything okay, sir? Like, you know,
That's gonna be me.
I'm gonna be right there.
I'm about to be a Lyft driver.
So you know, I always tell artists that come ask me questions. I always tell them you got to stay humble and stay gracious.
Stay humble
and be ready, because you never know, man. You can go back to like how you were. Like tomorrow.
Some artists don't get that because it's a certain artist, you know, we done talked about on the show before.
Yeah.
You know, and he not very humble.
You have to be humble, man.
He not.
Trust and believe. You have to be.
Y'all know who he is.
We're gonna talk about that when we get off air.
Yeah, because he crazy. But yeah,
you know, but you know what though, man? Those are the people who will. Yeah, that's the homie. But you know what, man? I think everybody's different. You know, I think you just have to come saying from where I come from. Humble is the only way I know to be.
Yeah.
It'll take you a long way.
Humble is the only way I know to be.
That's 100. That's cool. That's what's up.
It's always the great route.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So, do you have you want to let anybody know anything before you get off the air? Got to sign off on a good note.
Yeah. Most definitely. Well, first and foremost, thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
No doubt, man. Like I said, the EP is everywhere. iTunes, Google Play. That's State of Mind. You can go search my name in iTunes, Google Play, wherever. Vedo. And it'll come up, man. That's definitely something you want to have in your music to check it out and just kind of listen to. Do whatever you want to do to it. You know what I'm saying?
Do whatever you want to do
to it, because it's some good music. Definitely support, man. Follow me on all my social media. Vedo the singer. That's VEDO THESINGER. Support the movement, man, and just stay tuned. Got some really, really, really big things coming.